The UTV Utah Eureka or Bust 2023 ride, sponsored by Young Powersports, was another memorable ride. We had a meeting that morning where we gave out merchandise that people had pre-ordered. We went over the logistics of the ride, the time frames, how long we'd be, the route we were taking, the weather was perfect. And from there, we met as a group, and we headed out on the trail. Before we get to the ride itself, this was the day before our actual event. We were out pre-running the trail to make sure everything looked good, and we ran into a ton of problems. One of the routes that we were planning to take had 4-foot snow drifts that were impassable. Another section had massive boulders blocking the trail. We had to reroute the entire ride. You guys should see the boulders we've had to move out of this trail. We met at a predetermined location on the Chimney Rock Pass Road, just south of Little Moab. We got the entire group together. Right here we have the Platinum members on the left-hand side. They are in their own line. There's some perks with becoming a Platinum member of UTV Utah. You get some awesome swag. You get preferential treatment at some of the rides. It's a great thing. We also have silver memberships and gold memberships, and then we just started a diamond membership for all of the ladies as well. And as you can see, we have a big turnout. We've got about 150 machines total. We had our pre-ride meeting, went over the routes. We got everybody on radios, have people on ride command so we could watch the entire group, make sure we didn't lose anybody. And now we're heading west on the Chimney Rock Pass Road. Now in the distance, off to the right, which would be the north, you can see Allen's Ranch. Allen's Ranch is a big property, and it's actually a working ranch. They have cattle, they have everything. It's a big operation. Yeah, we're heading west here on the Chimney Rock Pass Road, and we're gonna make a turn and start going south a little bit here. And as we do that, you'll be able to see in the background, you'll see some of the mountains, and there's still a ton of snow up in the top of those mountains. And one of the loops that we were planning on doing actually goes south of Eureka and loops up through some of these mountains. The problem that we were running into is that there was too much snow. A lot of these trails were drifted over with snow drifts that were 3 to 5 feet deep, and dragging a group of 150 machines through it was just not an option. We would have had to bust a trail, and then we would have had to winch people through it, and it just was not safe to do so. So we opted to change the route of the ride and do things a little bit differently to accommodate the group that we had and make the conditions as safe as possible. So here we are, we're on the Chimney Rock Pass Road, going past Allen's Ranch, and actually turns into what they call Allen's Ranch Road. And so depending on who you talk to, this portion could be Allen's Ranch Road or Chimney Rock Pass Road. And then we're gonna make a turn up here. So right up here, we're actually gonna turn and go south on the Homansville Pass Road. Now this road will take you all the way over to the highway that takes you to Eureka. So you're actually headed straight towards Eureka. Once you make a left here and go south, you're headed to the town of Eureka, Utah, and that's where we were stopping for lunch. We had a lot of cool pictures sent to us from UTV Utah members that they had taken throughout the ride. And as you can see, there was no dust. We had a great time. Beautiful mountains, beautiful sky. Very easy trail. We stopped at Bee's Hangout in Eureka, Utah. Everybody piled in for a catered lunch. They were able to get our food out very quickly. It was delicious. All right, so we are here. We're in Eureka on the Eureka or Bust. Give us your name. How long have you been a member of UTV Utah?
Shane, me and my wife have been members for probably 3 years now. Started off with the first Eureka ride, so I guess 2 years.
Yep.
A couple years ago.
What do you like about the UTV Utah rides?
Just a good group. A lot of the people that ride out here are, if you break down, they're there to help you. There's no messing around with that, and it's good fellowship and camaraderie, and it's just this group of people, this type of group of people are just awesome to hang out with.
And I know, like, we were just talking, this ride, we've literally been like 10 minutes and we're already at lunch just because of weather and stuff. But what, when you come out to UTV Utah ride, is it for the social aspect? Is it for learning new trails? Why do you come out here? What's your opinion? And
not really social aspect. I mean, that's part of it, but just to go have some fun.
Yep.
get out and have some fun and meet new people, because then that's how you find out more rides and stuff to go on.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
How long have you been a member of UTV Utah?
2 years.
Awesome.
The city of Eureka was named after the Greek word Eureka, meaning I have found it. It was originally known as Ruby Hollow before it was developed into a bustling mining town, and it was incorporated as a city back in 1892. It sits in the East Tintic Mountains at an elevation of 6,430 feet, and U.S. Route 6 forms Main Street through the town of Eureka. Kind of a fun fact, the famous American inventor of the modern-day ice resurfacer, Frank Zamboni, was actually born in the town of Eureka in 1901. Pretty cool. When you find yourself in the town of Eureka, do yourself a huge favor and explore the town. They have some amazing restaurants, a neat gas station called the Gas Hole, some really good food places, drink places, bees hangout, tons of neat stuff. Make sure you check them all out. After lunch, we got a group together and we headed out. We had about 150 machines. We were taking Route 6 towards the town of Alberta. But what we were doing is coming across the Alberta Slant Road. The Slant Road actually turns and goes north and will take you down towards the Tintic train tunnels, which was our next destination. This is a neat little section of Route 6. It's actually a little windy, curvy road. Once again, we had great pictures sent and taken by UTV Utah members. Here we are coming up on the train tunnels. Here we are pulling into the Tintic train tunnel. Now this is not far, it's about a half of a mile off the Alberta Slant Road. If you can't get back in here because you're in a car, you can easily make a quick little walk to the train tunnel. It's definitely worth checking out and exploring. I tried to find out when this train tunnel was actually made. I didn't have a date, couldn't find a year, but it was made for the Tintic Range Railway. And the railway was set up to haul precious metals, gold, silver, in and out of the town of Eureka and other mines throughout the Tintic mountain range. But I could not find a date when it was actually made. You do have to dodge a couple rocks, but our group of 150 machines made it through fairly easily. It's a great opportunity to stop and have lunch or get some photo opportunities. Pretty cool history and remnants of the old train tunnel. The fact that it's still intact, it makes it fun. If you find yourself out here in this area when it's raining or snowing, you could definitely use it to shelter for the time being and let it pass. It's big enough to fit multiple machines next to each other in the train tunnel. So keep in mind, in this area, it's an old train tunnel. There are no amenities. So there's no restrooms. There's not parking. There's no parking lot that you could actually park and hike here. You just got to find a location where you can pull off. There are maybe some pull-off spots further down the Alberta Slant Road towards the town of Alberta. There are some spots where if you had a truck and trailer, you could pull off and unload your machine and drive over here. But any four-wheel drive vehicle can get to the train tunnels with very minimal effort. It's definitely worth taking your family back, getting some pictures. It's a really neat little place, and we'll have the exact location on our YouTube channel. After visiting the train tunnels, we made a short trip back to the Little Moab area for some rock crawling. Now keep in mind, this was an optional area. Members could come and hang out, eat lunch, watch other people rock crawl their machines, or they could actually get behind the steering wheel and try some of these fun lines. We had a lot of members take advantage and try some of these lines. We had spotters available for those that were new to rock crawling or just needed that little bit extra help. We got a lot of people up these obstacles. A lot of people that had never rock crawled before had a great time on some of these trails. There are some little bit more difficult lines. Traction was actually not bad. There was no rain, no humidity, so traction was pretty good. Some of these lines here are a little bit more difficult, so you want to make sure that you're in the proper machine, you have a good spotter, and you do things correctly. If for some reason you find yourself in a line that you should not be on, be prepared to have somebody winch you out and help you recover. This particular trail is a little bit more difficult for a two-seater. He managed to do a wheelie. Nobody was hurt, maybe some pride, but that's about it. We had a great day. Tons of fun rock crawling, trails, tunnels, great food. Here's some cool pics from our members. Now keep in mind, you can always go to utvutah.com, check out our memberships, check out our merchandise, our swag. We have all of our rides and events. And do us a huge favor, join our YouTube channel and share and subscribe. We try to post great content. We'll be highlighting more and more rides as time comes on. That is at UTV Utah. And then you can also join our Facebook group at UTV Utah for free. Check out all of our fun stuff. Thank you for watching.